Okay, we're going to pretend that you have knit as far as you want. So let's say you wanted a 36-inch blanket. So we're just going to pretend that you've gone all the way up here to 36 inches. So now you have to do the other half of the blanket. So we've got the amount of inches that you want your blanket. So let's pretend let's just go with 36 inches. So even though this is actually 4 inches, we're going to pretend it's 36. And now you want to do the other half of your blanket. So instead of doing your knit, increase, which is a knit in the front and a knit in the back, you are going to go through 2 loops from the front, and you're going to knit those together, and that's a decrease. So now you're going to decrease the first 2 stitches of every row. So we're going to knit the 2 together, and then we're going to knit across. Now I'm going to show you that if you were doing something that you wanted to count, like let's say you had 100 stitches on and you don't want to keep counting the same one, you could count, like, I don't know, 20 or 10 or 25, whatever you decide, and then you would put your knit stitch marker on there and knit, and you would always know that the amount of stitches you had. You'd go 25 more and put a stitch marker there, 25 more, etc. So when you come back, this will be right there, and you'll know that you went that 25 stitches. All right, but now we're working on the blanket. I don't mean to confuse you, but I just wanted you to be aware of that you can do that. So we're going to knit across just like we were before. And obviously, if you're doing 36 inches, it's going to take you a while to get across. But I know you don't want me to watch me do that whole blanket. Alright, so we're going to turn it around. And again, instead of increasing, we're going to decrease by knitting 2 stitches together. Oops, I need more yarn. Alright, so get that out of the way. So we're going to decrease, knitting the 2 stitches together and knit across to the end. And again, if you were doing a project that you needed to count your stitches, we have our stitch marker right there, and we would know how many were in between them. And so you can check your work by counting again, and I'm just letting that go to the next knitting needle over to mark it. This isn't really a stitch marker, it's just something I had close by, so I just grabbed it. So we're going to knit to the end. Look at that, we're starting to have a corner there. It's beginning to look a little square on the corner. Turn it over. We're going to do our decrease, and we're going to knit through 2 stitches and to decrease that on the corner. Knit, knit. We're at our marker again. We're going to slip that over. Obviously you don't need that for this project, but I just wanted you to see that. I know I keep saying that. Shut up, Dawn. Alright, knit across. And here we go again. Look at that. You can see the sides starting to take shape there. Turn it over. Adjust your needle. Sorry, my chair is loud. All right, we're going to decrease by knitting 2 stitches together. Knit. And again, this stitch is, because we're knitting all sides, this is called the garter stitch. That gives you these raised bumps are the back of your knit stitch. So in between, that's a knit, and that's a knit, and these are the back of the knits that are sticking up. And later on, you'll learn how to do that, which is called a purl. So you're going to learn how to knit and purl, but not on this video. This one's all about the knit and the baby blanket. So keep knitting across. And we're going to slide our knit marker there, but we really don't need this in this project. I just wanted to show you how to use it. So we're just going to go ahead and take that out now, because it's kind of just in the way right now. We don't need it. Knit to the end. Flip your work over. Look at that. We're getting a square. Decrease by knitting 2 together. I'm trying to keep my hands right where you can see the best, so hopefully nobody's having trouble seeing. Knit to the end. Flip that over, turn your cable into the position where it's comfortable. Decrease that first stitch by knitting those 2 stitches together. And we're going to do that every single row, just like we did the increase on the other side. Pulling that yarn out again. Decrease. Oops. And this is probably getting boring. I might speed it up because There's just so many stitches that you can watch somebody else do. Then it gets really boring. It's like, just get on with it. Shh. Doggies are playing again. Look at how this square is shaping up. Pretty rows that way. And now, if I was continued on, my yarn has a lot of different, I like the different colored yarns, especially for baby stuff. And so I'd get these really pretty colors, but I'm still right on the pink. Alright, so we're on the first stitch, so we're going to what? We're going to decrease. And we're going to knit those 2 stitches together. And by now you should definitely know how to knit. You know that the knit goes from the front to the back, yarn over and pull it through. Oops, I missed the right hole. Decrease, knit those 2 together. We're almost finished. Decrease. That 1, 2, 3. Decrease. Decrease, knit 1. So now you have 2 left. You're going to flip it over. You're going to knit through those 2. And at this point, you will cut that off, put it through that loop, pull it tight, and then take a needle or a crochet hook or something and weave it through. But I'm not going to cut this because I want to use this. So there's your square. I know with my knitting, my up and down is taller than my sideways. So my square might not be totally square. So this way is about 4, and then I'm going to turn it this way, and you can see, oh, this is my sideways, so I didn't get quite, well, actually I can't tell anymore. It's pretty close, but we don't have to worry about gauge. Gauge is how tight your tension is, and so that you know how many stitches you have per inch, and you can figure things out. Or like if you were doing something that needs to fit, you need to get the right measurement for it to fit. But on a blanket like this, that doesn't matter. We're not going to worry about it, but you're kind of familiar a little bit with it. You're not totally in the dark. So here we have a miniature baby blanket. Hopefully yours is big enough for a baby. Again, let me know if you need any help, and have fun knitting. I'm so thrilled that you are learning how to knit. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Bye.